The Clockmaker's Secret. I once knew an old man who owned a tiny shop on the corner of a quiet street. He was a clockmaker. His windows were filled with pendulum clocks, pocket watches, and ornate timepieces that seemed almost alive. When you stepped inside, you could hear a symphony of ticking, like hundreds of tiny hearts beating together. He was well into his 70s, with silver hair and hands worn by years of delicate work. Every day, he would sit behind his wooden counter, polishing gears, adjusting pendulums, and listening closely to the sound of each clock, as if they were whispering secrets only he could understand. But there was one clock, an old grandfather clock, tucked in the farthest corner, that never ticked. It stood tall, covered in dust, its face faded, its hands forever frozen at 12 o'clock. For years, customers asked about it, but he always smiled and said, "That one is not for sale." One afternoon, I decided to ask him directly, "Why keep a broken clock? You fix everything else, but not this one." He looked at me for a long moment, then motioned for me to sit. His voice was slow, almost trembling, as he began his story. That clock belonged to my father. When I was young, my father and I built it together. It was supposed to be a symbol of time we promised to spend with each other. But as years passed, we grew apart. He was busy with work. I was busy chasing my own dreams. Every time the clock chimed, it reminded me of promises we made, promises we never kept. The night he died, the clock stopped. I tried to fix it, but my hands wouldn't move. Because I knew the truth. Some things once lost can never be repaired. He paused, his eyes glistening under the dim light of the shop. People think I love clocks because they tell time, but that's not why. I love them because they remind me that time is always moving and that every tick is a chance to do what matters. We spend so much of our lives waiting for the right time to say sorry, waiting for the right time to say I love you, waiting for the right time to chase a dream, but the right time never announces itself. It is now. It is always now. I listened, unable to speak. The ticking of the shop seemed louder than ever, each beat hammering the truth into me. He continued, softer this time. One day, every clock stops, every heart stops. When mine does, I don't want to leave behind a shop full of silent clocks. I want to leave behind memories that keep on ticking inside the people I loved. He stood up and walked to the broken grandfather clock. Resting his hand on its wooden frame, he whispered, almost to himself, "This one reminds me not of time lost, but of what I refuse to lose again." That night, I couldn't sleep. The story of the clockmaker echoed in my mind. I thought about all the things I had been postponing, the words I left unsaid, the dreams I had placed on hold. And I realized that I, too, had a broken clock inside me, a place where time had stopped, waiting for me to start again. The next day, I called my mother just to hear her voice. I met a friend I hadn't seen in years. I began writing down the book I always said I'd write someday, because the old man was right. Time doesn't wait, and once it stops, all the gears and hands in the world cannot bring it back. So tonight, as you close your eyes, I want you to remember the clockmaker's secret. Every tick is a gift, every second is a choice, and every day is a chance to fix the things that still can be fixed before they too fall silent forever. Don't wait, don't delay. Don't let your life become a broken clock in the corner of someone else's memory, because time is the only thing we can never rebuild.